My name is Julie, and we're in the studio that I teach in. I just wanted to move my body a little bit and thought that you might like to join me. So we'll just do a short vinyasa practice today, and we're going to use our shankamudra, which is part of the journaling experience that we have going on. So hopefully you've been practicing, and if you haven't, that's okay. What you're going to do is you're going to take your right hand and wrap the palm and fingers around the left thumb, and then you will place the left fingertips against the right thumb, kind of finishing off a little temple or church steeple or something like that, however you want to think of it. And you can just allow it to rest in front of your heart center, maybe in your lap if that's more comfortable. Let's go ahead and just check in. So wherever you're at, make your seat accessible for you, comfortable for you. Whatever's touching the ground, press it down so that you can sit up nice and tall, shoulders away from the ears. Just allow yourself to breathe and notice your breath. It doesn't have to be managed. Maybe this is the first time you're noticing your breath today. Go ahead and start to deepen the inhales and lengthen your exhales. Really allow the breath to fill you up. And then really exhale, press all of it out so that you're empty. Just do that a couple of times and see how you feel. And this mudra is the mudra of reassurance. I think it's a really great foundation to start with. It's still a very grounding mudra, but it targets our second chakra, which is more creative and fluid, but you have to have that foundation and that safety built up, that grounding, before you can really move up in the energies. I love how everything builds on each other. So maybe your intention today is to find some reassurance or some safety for yourself. Maybe it's to feel a little more creative. Maybe it's just to move in your body. Whatever it is, go ahead and set that intention. And let's inhale our arms up overhead. Go ahead and exhale the right palm down to the ground so that our left arm can come up and over. Send the gaze up. Press the elbow back, really open the chest towards the sky. Next exhale, let's come back up. Inhale the arms up. And then the left palm comes to the ground as the right arm goes over. Let's inhale everything back up. Go ahead and place the palms in front of your legs and roll over them. Come to tabletop. Maybe you have your knees padded. I hold my practice on carpet, so I don't always use a blanket under my knees, but on this harder floor, I have sensitive knees. I've had injuries before, so that works best for me. So find what works best for you. As always, this is your practice. I am just providing suggestions. Let's roll the shoulders a little bit. Maybe think of like a cat-cow with just the shoulder blades. So inhale, drop, allow the shoulder blades to jut out, kind of like little mini mountains on the back. And then exhale, really press your fingertips and palms into into the ground, and then allow the shoulder blades to round. And continue with that a couple times. Just play with it, see how it feels. It's felt really good for me lately. And then maybe start to really move the whole back, coming into a full cat as you exhale. Full cow, dropping the belly, lifting the head. Move with your breath. Just find some movement. It can be organic. It doesn't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. You may circle a little bit as you do your cat-cow. There's just so many variations. Find what feels good. That's what we're looking for tonight. And then go ahead and find your stillness in a tabletop. Tuck the toes. Just gently push back on them so that we can really stretch the top of the feet here. And then go ahead, walk your hands back, sit up onto your heels. Now we're really stretching the bottoms of the feet and the toes. Just a couple of breaths here. And go ahead and come out of it. Allow the tops of the feet to rest on the ground. And then we're just going to inhale, stand on our shins and on our knees here. Inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, let's cactus the arms down, elbows come down, really opening the chest. Oh, feels good. Move everything back up. Inhale, palms overhead. And then on an exhale, we're just going to bring our right foot out on the mat, or I guess it's off the mat for me. And bring your right hand down on your leg as your left one comes over for another side body stretch. You can look at your fingertips, you can look down if that helps with balance a little bit, or you can look up. If your gaze is safe going up, maybe press your elbow back again and open that chest. This is gate pose. Next exhale, let's bring this left hand all the way down to the ground on the other side. Right arm comes over, so we're in a modified side plank, stretching our fingertips away from toes. Maybe inhale, lift that right leg so you have a nice straight line. Pull your navel in towards your spine. We'll start to activate our core muscles here. Heat up the core of our body. You can let that right foot go back down to the ground. And we're just going to kind of tumble our way forward. So we've still got this right foot out. And we're going to rock, inhaling forward, exhaling back. So getting into the inner hip flexor, inner thigh, really stretching that out. And if you find a place that feels good, stay there and breathe. Let's go ahead and come back to our three-legged tabletop here. We're going to inhale, lift that right leg again, swing it around back, and let me move these blocks so you can see. Place the right toes on the outside of the left side of our mat. And if it's safe to do so with your neck, gaze at your toes. This is a really great right side body stretch. Remember to find your breath, breathe into it. And then we'll inhale, lift that right foot and bring it up, replace this left hand here for a nice low lunge. You can place blocks under your hands here if you'd like to. When you're ready, let's inhale, arms up. And then exhale, we're going to send our arms down, hips back, and come into a half split. You can also have your hands on blocks here if that works better for you. It brings the earth up to you. Stay here for just a moment. Really feel into the back of the hamstrings, the back of the leg. Sometimes I like to windshield wiper that front foot, keeping it flexed. And then point and flex the foot. Feel the difference in the way that the muscle moves and contracts. We're just warming everything up. Let's inhale, bend that front knee, come back into our Anjaneyasana, our low lunge, arms come up. Exhale, flow back into that half split. And so that's what we're doing. Do that a couple more times with your breath. Inhaling up and exhaling down. On your next inhale, we'll come up to our Anjaneyasana. Tuck those back toes and lift your knee up. Feel your lunge here. Maybe send your tailbone down a little bit. That might make your back knee bend. That's okay. Then we're going to exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. Press the left hand into the mat, ground it down, and then inhale, lift the right arm up. Revolve, twist in our lunge. Exhale, that right arm comes down to the mat. We're going to step our right foot back to a downward dog. It is our first downward dog. Do take a moment just to wiggle and move. Walk the dog. And then find some stillness. Send those heels down towards the ground. They may not touch. You might bend your knees a little bit. And press evenly into your fingertips and the palms, the wrist area of your hand. If you can really press down into that, you might feel the inner part of your palm lift, have a little space there as if there was a small ladybug or something that you were trying not to squish. That'll help move where you're putting pressure on in your arms and stuff so that you're not collapsing into the wrists. Now we'll do a vinyasa. So if you have a vinyasa of choice, feel free to do that here. We'll inhale forward, I'll go into plank. Exhale, you can chaturanga straight down, or you can go knees, chest, chin for Ashtangasana. Inhale forward into a cobra or an up dog. Exhale back, it's downward dog. Inhale, let's lift those heels, and then exhale, come back down to our knees. We're going to walk our hands back towards our knees and come back to our shins where we started. Take one round of breath here. Maybe when you exhale, open your mouth. Really clear it out. Next inhale, we'll bring our arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms back and down. Then let's bring that left foot out this time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand comes down to the left leg, and we'll bring that right one over. Gate pose on this side. If your gaze is up, press that elbow back. Try to open your chest towards the sky just a little more. And then next exhale, let's bring everything over to the other side. Right hand down to the ground or the mat. And then we'll come into our modified side plank. Maybe inhale and lift that left leg. A bit more of a challenge on this side for me. Always remember our sides are different, so if it's harder on one side, that's okay. Exhale, let's place that left foot back and tumble down in front so that we're in our three-legged tabletop. We have our left leg out to the side still. I can already feel that, it feels pretty good. So inhale, rock forward. Exhale, send your hips back. And your rocking, again, it's probably gonna look different from mine, so do what feels good. If going further or going less shallow feels better for you, do that. Just breathe into what feels good. If you feel big sensation, that's where you want to send your breath. So reset up your three-legged dog, wrists under shoulders, and let's inhale, lift that left leg up, send it around back so that it goes off the right side of the mat. Gaze towards those left toes. Get that nice side body stretch on the left side. And then take your gaze to the left hand. Inhale, let's bring that left foot around and replace it so we can get into our low lunge. You may walk it up a little bit, adjust a little bit, maybe grab those blocks. And then once you've found your foundation, inhale, arms come up into our full Anjaneyasana. One round of breath here. And then when you come to your next exhale, let's bring the hands down, send the hips back, and feel that half split. Breathe into that big sensation, don't forget. I usually have a lot of sensation in the back of my legs, so I always remember to think of that cue here. And maybe windshield wipe with feet, or the foot, the left foot, the front one. Maybe point, flex a little. And then on the next inhale you find yourself at, go ahead and send yourself forward so that you can bend that front knee and come back up into our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale and then exhale back to half split. And then continue with your flow. Following your own breath, your own speed, and what feels good to you. When you come back to your next Anjaneyasana, stay here. Tuck those back toes, lift that back knee. Send the tailbone down again. Breathe. One more round of breath. And then exhale, we're going to bring those palms down to the mat. Really ground that right hand this time, and we'll inhale the left one up for our reverse twist here. Think about sending the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. That way we don't collapse into this one that's the bottom one, our right one, where our hand is pressing into the mat. I tend to really collapse my shoulder forward like this. We want it back like this. Exhale, let's bring that left hand down. Send the left foot back to the right for downward dog. One round of breath here. Setting up your dog. And then vinyasa. Inhale forward. Exhale down, your choice. Inhale up. Exhale back, knee downward dog. Inhale, lift those heels, bend the knees, and then take a step or two up to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Exhale everything out. And then on your next inhale, we're really going to ground into those feet, bend the knees, and slowly roll your way up. When you come all the way up, allow the arms to come up overhead, hands meet in prayer. Maybe send your gaze up to your hands. And then exhale, prayer meets in front of the heart. We have our Anjali Mudra right here, our prayer mudra. And let's go ahead and turn that into our Shankamudra. That's what we started with today. Take a couple of rounds of breath. Find your intention. Just really allow it to fill you, like a light burning inside of you, filling all of you. Doesn't matter what it was or what it is. Just really feel it. Go ahead and drop the mudra. Inhale the arms up overhead once more. And then exhale, let's dive down. Find your forward fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can be on shins, block, or mat. And then exhale, back into our forward fold. Go ahead, inhale, halfway lift one more time. And then we're just going to sit our hips back as our heels most likely will come up. Bring the arms in front of us, and then we're going to lean our hips back as our torso comes forward to kind of counterbalance us as we slowly find a seat. Move this blanket out of the way here. Go ahead and keep your knees bent, feet on the floor. Place the palms behind you, fingertips towards the glutes. And we're going to come up into a reverse altar pose or reverse tabletop. Said that wrong. We're going to come up into altar pose or reverse tabletop. So you're going to press down into your feet and your hands. Inhale and lift the hips up. If it feels safe to do so, you can allow your neck and your head to drop backwards. Otherwise, just hold them up. Next, exhale, gently bring your head up if you've placed it back and allow the hips to drop down, sending them back between the hands so that we're in our dandasana or our staff pose. Hands to the mat, really pressing the hands and the hip bones and the heels, everything that's touching the mat, grounding and rooting down into it. Feet flexed, shoulders fall away from the ears again. It's a very active, simple yet challenging pose for me sometimes. Nice tall spine, crown of the head towards the sky. Next inhale, let's bring the arms up overhead. And then exhale, we're going to fold forward, but we're going to keep our chest open. Your chest is pointing in front of you. That helps keep the lower back straight. The hands can grab onto whatever they can reach, toes, feet, ankles, shins, knees. Really hold that open chest, forward fold. Inhale, that helps find the length. And then on your next exhale, we're going to go ahead and allow everything to round and relax. Head to drop. And feel the difference. You may find that your knees are very bent here. That's okay. You can place a block or a blanket underneath them. On the next inhale, slowly release your hands from what they're holding and walk them back towards your torso so you can sit up nice and gently. We're going to bring this left foot in. Left foot is against the inner thigh. And then we're going to do another forward fold. Inhale, arms come up, torso faces this right foot, which we're flexing. And then we're just going to fold down. Again, our heart stays open and forward. And then when you exhale, you can release. This time, let's flow it out. Inhale, open the chest, lift up, find some length. Exhale, release. One more time, inhaling up, exhaling down. And go ahead and gently bring yourself back up to a tall position, spine nice and upright. And we're just going to very gently bring our right hand to our knee here, and the left hand behind us for a twist. Doesn't need to be extreme. You can use the right hand on your left knee to help pivot you and press into it. Just be gentle with it. You don't need to crack anything or push too hard. Exhale, let's come back to the front. And we'll switch sides. So bring our left foot out. Right foot goes into the inner left thigh. Inhaling the arms up. Torso faces our left foot, which we have flexed. And then we exhale, bring it down, leading with the chest. And then flow. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold on over the knee. A couple more times with your breath. And then slowly bring yourself back up, bringing the left hand to the right knee this time, and the right hand behind us for another gentle twist. Let's release back to front. Then we're going to send both legs out nice and straight, and find your way back to a Shavasana. If you like, you can very gently just lay back, set yourself up with a blanket, blocks, pillow, whatever you need. I'm going to give a minute or so for a Shavasana here. If you'd like to go a little longer, then please feel free to pause the video, and then I will close you out once you're done with your Shavasana. Let's go ahead and bring our attention back to our breath, deepening it, finding that long inhale and long exhale. Start to bring movement back to your fingers and toes and your limbs. And very gently make your way back up to whatever comfortable seat works for you. Let's go ahead and take our shankamudra one more time. Allowing your hands to rest wherever's comfortable. And go ahead and either close your eyes or find a soft gaze. Connect with your body, with your breath. Feel the differences from when you first started practice. Connect with your intention. And let's just take a few moments to think about this as we breathe. Really long inhales and long exhales. Let's go ahead and inhale our last breath together. Inhaling arms up and around. Hands will meet in Anjali Mudra, and we exhale, bring them down, maybe allowing the thumbs to stop at the brow and our third eye. And if you're comfortable, bow to seal your practice. Thank yourself for showing up, carving out this time. I thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad I got to do this with you tonight. I love when we can practice together on the mat. As always, I wish you peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I'm excited to practice with you again. Stay safe and well. Bye.